What is up, everyone? Okay, so this is podcast number 7. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to go like this for number 7, everybody. Because when it starts getting big, I'm going to use toes. I'm not stopping. So just so everybody knows that, podcast number 7, and we are here with the great Brooke Mooney and the awesome Brittany Mooney. And
We're
of
back.
course, it's Dad here. Dad for everybody.
We are back with another episode.
Oh, yes, we are. Now, we have left off probably the last, I would say, 6 podcasts saying we're going to explain what it's a Mooney thing means. And I don't even really know how to explain it, so I'm going to need a lot of help from the girls. But I think we could start it off as...
You are the one who came up with the name.
Yes, I did come up with the name. Why did I come up with the name? Because, I don't know, one day... someone threw hot dogs on our lawn, and I don't know, it was for the boys. The house got hot dogged, and I said, guys, it's a Mooney thing. Another time, I don't know, maybe...
My car got egged.
Her car got egged.
Got a brand new car got egged.
Yeah, that day.
And listen, I don't have, beef with anyone for them to do that, you know?
I feel like that's going to happen to me, too.
I hope not.
It better not, because we're all cameraed up now, everybody.
Yeah, we had
so,
our neighbors, get it all on the... Yeah, we were... on top of that, but now we have cameras.
Someone backed into Brookie's car. Just, let me just back into her car. Just ever so slightly. Put a little scratch on it and then leave. I said, it's a Mooney thing.
Or how about when people just blatantly make stuff up? Like, our names are in people's mouths a lot, and there's a lot of us. Yes. So we're out there. And obviously, as you can see, we're probably on your TV screen right now. We're definitely out there. So there's a lot of talk and there's a lot going on. And when something bad happens to us, my dad will always say, it's a Mooney thing. Yeah. And we'll be like, why is this girl doing this? Why are they talking bad about me to my friend? And my dad's like, it's a Mooney thing.
It's a Mooney thing. It is what. And listen, I'm sure it happens to a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of people have their grief with different things here and there. Yeah. But look, how many Mooney kids are in this town? A lot. I mean, it's a lot. And the town's not that huge. And, it's a Mooney thing. And when I was growing up, it would be kind of like that, too.
You also would say that about yourself. That's how it really started.
Me and Uncle Timmy, different. And even when we got into business, everybody was in our business where it's like, listen, I'll give advice to people out there that are doing their thing in life. Stay in your lane. Mind your business, because that's what really matters. What everybody else is doing, that's not how you grow and succeed. You succeed by worrying about you. You compete against yourself. Yeah, it is good to sometimes go, that guy's doing great. I want to be like him. Not, that guy's doing great. I hate him. Yeah. That's not cool.
Or, oh my God, that guy's doing so good. I'm going to do exactly what he's doing.
Yes, I don't look at people with jealousy. I look at people as inspiration, and I always was like that. If that guy could do it, I could do it. But it's a Mooney thing, folks. You'll see. But so I wanted to address that. And if you have anything else to add about it's a Mooney thing,
pretty much everything you just said.
Yeah,
and
I think people kind of get it.
Whose water bottle?
Who did that?
He fell.
My ex poured apple juice all over my car once.
No.
It's a Mooney thing.
The same one with the hot dogs.
It's just it's something that just helps us feel better when there's bad situations going on.
And listen, everybody out there has a last name, so if you go through the same thing, you could say it's a blank
blah, blah,
thing.
Thing.
It's a blah 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 thing, and it kind of helps you get through things.
It really does, and you're like, oh, I'm cool. That's why people are doing it.
Now, if you guys haven't noticed, we kind of changed the background a little bit.
That's right. We didn't even address that.
Didn't even say anything.
Yeah,
we just dropped that on you and continued.
That's what I'm here for. Now, we were at the kitchen table, okay?
Very
at the table,
uncomfortable.
whatever. And it was uncomfortable.
We couldn't get a good camera angle.
Yeah, backs were hurting. Brookie had to move things because she didn't like the country look, which I loved. What is that a shadow behind me?
This is a beautiful a little bit, but we're not going to get worried about shadows right now.
All right, it's a shadow. Just wondering. But today is going to be, since we moved and bounced around, it's going to be a little different. I'm going to kind of be like the interviewer, okay? And I'm going to ask some very deep and serious questions.
Yeah, and I'm excited.
To my two
scared and
beautiful
excited.
daughters.
Let's hear it.
I'm really out of it today.
Well,
you better snap into
you
it.
need to
I'm like really out of it.
She's like, yeah.
I've been like this all day.
It's like I'm just like so. You need to go professional like this.
I'm
Pow.
burnt out.
I'm into
and
it.
tired and exhausted.
You're burnt out.
This
tired,
is
and
every
exhausted.
episode.
Yeah.
This is
when have I ever
enough.
said that?
You ever hear of coffee?
I don't.
Look at me telling my 17-year-old daughter to drink coffee. Go get yourself a big cup of coffee.
I can't drink coffee.
Didn't you say that one of your friends used to show up to kindergarten with a cup of coffee?
Oh, absolutely. My friend Gino, he would come and it was kindergarten. But then as he got older, he would come to school and he would always be late. And the teacher's like, "What are you doing?" He'd be like, "I didn't even have my coffee yet." He goes, and they'd be, "What are you doing?"
What, in fifth grade?
I'm reading the sports. He would read the sports section. And so once he's done reading the sports and he has his coffee, then you could deal with him. He didn't graduate, by the way. But anyway, couple of questions. I want to just, I'm going to run down. A lot of you guys may know this story, but I'll break it down and how it happened. One day I'm working and I'm just a little frustrated. I'm going, we have to do something different. What could we do? What could blah, blah, blah. I said, you know what? We watch the Kardashians. We watch all the shows. I said, we're getting a reality show. That's it. So I'm with my brother, who's also known as Stuntman, Uncle Timmy. I call him Tim. He just looks at me like, all right, like just the way we are, like whatever. Yeah, but I follow his lead also. It's a great partnership. So I sit back and I go, how do I do this? So what I do is I grab my phone, which I do everything on my phone. I don't even have a laptop. I don't know how to use a laptop. I really don't know how to do anything. But
his phone is the size of an iPad, so
yeah, it's pretty big. Android all the way. Anybody out there, shout out to Android and Samsung.
He has no idea.
But I do have an idea because anyway, we'll get into that another show.
That's a whole nother thing.
But what I did was I got on my phone and I started looking up TV producers. I said, I'm going to find one. So I send out emails, which I don't know how to send out emails. I wasn't, this is like 4.5 years ago. So what I do is I send out probably 5 emails. One of them went out successfully. So I said, that's it. We're going to see what happens. Lo and behold, I get home. So I probably did that like 4 or 5 o'clock at night. I get home at about, I would say, 9 o'clock, 9:30. My phone rings. Sometimes I don't even answer the phone. If it's late, don't bother me, So I see it's like an out-of-state. It's a Connecticut call. So I grab it, and the guy says, how you doing? Is this Brian Mooney? I'm like, yeah. He goes, my name's Wayne. I'm with Figure 8 Films. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, I saw the photo you sent out. I got your email. He goes, you have a beautiful family. He goes, let's talk. What do you have in mind? I said, a reality show? I said, he goes, look. He goes, I like the way you guys look. And I ended up speaking to him for a good half hour. He goes, you have personality. I like the way you talk. He says, the New York thing is cool, great. And, give me a rundown on the family. I give him a rundown on the family. So let's fast forward, okay?
Shout out Wayne.
Wayne, Figure 8, you're the man. What he does is he gets us on Skype. My family, Uncle Timmy's family, we all get together.
We did a bunch of Skype calls alone. With the whole family, we had it was like an interview over Skype, basically.
Yes,
it was weird.
Individual. It was cool.
It was definitely like something different.
Now you have to understand.
Not anything I'm used to.
At the time, Brooke was 17, like a high school age. Uncle Timmy's family had, I think it was 5 kids in a local high school. Brittany was young. Brittany was 13, so she was young at the time.
I'm honestly so glad that didn't happen. I feel
we'll
like
get
that
into that.
Been really traumatizing for
we'll
me.
get into that. But, so now what happens is, we got our tapes and everything got brought down to what's called the Real Screen Summit. So real means reality. Screen means like TV screen. So what it is, it's a summit.
You don't have to go that in depth.
Well, I want to explain what it is. It's
Gotcha.
a big summit where every MTV, Bravo, every big network goes and they look for shows. And the producers go there and they pitch shows. What happens is, Wayne goes to the Real Screen Summit. He calls me. Now, it's a week long. He calls me. He's like, Brian, this is kind of how he talks. And no, I'm not making fun of you, Wayne, at all. I love you. He goes, Brian, it looks good. He goes, MTV is on us. He goes, it's almost a lock. He goes, we have to go through the motions. He said, it looks very, very good. I said, oh, beautiful. Now, in my life, I don't keep my hopes too high. I've been let down. I've been back and forth with everything with business, blah, blah, blah. So it's the last day of the Real Screen Summit. It's Thursday night. The phone rings. It's Wayne. He goes, Brian, I'm so effing pissed right now, man. Man, I'm pissed. I go, what's up? He goes, we got beat out by Siesta Key. I go, what's Siesta Key? It's a reality show that MTV is going to do, he said. And what happened was the main character, his dad, is very wealthy. And his dad financed the whole season. So I'm like, what does that cost? He's like, millions. I'm like, I guess I can't compete with that guy, you know. Long story short, the show that you see called Siesta Key
would have been us.
But
the reason they said that it wasn't going to be us is because they thought that the people on Siesta Key were too close in age to our family, which I don't know. I feel like it's a totally different dynamic, and they both could have shined. But obviously, I'm not behind the scenes in the TV business, so I don't know. But yeah, that's my dad is a like
I go bananas.
He hate watches.
Listen, I do hate watching. I'll come home and my wife, she likes the show. She watches. Shout out Siesta Key. I no hate at all here, but my wife will be watching it and I'll hear the show. I had a dream.
You know
that was playing in my Pilates class the other day, and I was like, wait, what?
I never watched that show.
Me neither.
I have, but I feel like it's all made up, so I don't watch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when I see that, I could like throw the most heavy object close to me right through the TV screen. Not in hate, just in frustration.
Not in hate of the people, just the situation.
Listen, and then what I do, I sit down, I watch the show with my wife.
And then he knows all the characters.
I know all the characters and everybody.
The whole behind scenes.
But you see, what happened was the dad is like, listen, if I'm going to finance this, I don't want anybody competing with me. So what happened
that's what happened?
Yes.
Wait, I didn't know that's what happened.
Yeah, the dad put the kibosh on it because he's like, I'm paying for this.
God.
I'm not having any competition. So, and then MTV said, yeah, how do you argue with that guy?
How do you go, oh, no, it's all right.
But listen, it was frustrating. It took me a good month to get over it. I used to wake up in the middle of the night going, Arr! But, how do you guys think your lives would have been different if MTV said, green light, you guys got a show, we're filming in a month, and 6 months later you are on national TV in front of the world? What do you think your lives would be like? Brookie, you first.
I think I would have a lot more money and followers, but that's not everything, obviously. I think that there would have been a lot more opportunities for us in, the influencing area. But I also appreciate what I have right now because that would have been like huge, crazy, big,
and like really quick too.
It would have been like shocking. I think the way that it works now is amazing, and I'll grow organically rather than just like, oh, you know what I mean? I think that would have really shocked my life a lot. I also think it would have caused a lot of unnecessary family drama, which we just don't need,
Just thinking about it makes me really anxious. Like, I'm really anxious right now, just the thought of it. I don't know why, but I just feel like it would have really affected me in a bad way mentally because already having a lot of eyes on me now, just the thought of it makes me like really anxious, but thinking of like millions and millions on me makes me like physically ill.
Yeah,
so I don't
also
know.
13 to have.
You were
that would have been really like that would have been not good for me. Mm-hmm. But also, you never know how it would have ended up. I feel like I would have been able to deal with it.
You can't predict the future, but
I'm happy with what I have now.
Everything happens for a reason.
But like now, I think I would be able to handle it. Because I got the feel of what it's like to have a couple people watching me.
Yeah. I'll go back to that because...
And it's not so much like, I don't know.
Because it was going to be, he said, I have my MTV 7. So it was Brian, Brandon, Brooke, Jacob. Now, this is from our side. And then it was Jacob, Joseph, and Tristan. Okay? And Talia. So that was from Uncle Timmy's side, my brother. So that they called you guys, this is going to be my MTV 7, he said. Brittany would have been definitely involved. She would have been the up and comer. You would have been like the Kylie and
Yeah, but I wouldn't have been like involved as much as like I don't like that. Like
no,
I don't want the whole show to be about me. But like
no,
I would not like that. But also I feel like I'm just talk.
Well, Wayne said that I would have been the Kim K of the show. So I just
saying.
Want to throw that in there.
Just saying. Figured she'd throw that in there. And you know what? Me and Uncle Timmy and my wife Claudine would have been on the show, and Emily, and it would have been. What's that?
You would have been Bruce.
No. I definitely would not have been Bruce. But anyway, shout out Bruce. Yeah, it's
Caitlin.
I like
now.
Yes. Caitlin.
Shout out Caitlin.
We love you over here.
You guys are the best. I love that show. And that's kind of, I looked at that and I was like,
family.
I said, I love that show, as you guys know. And I said, I'm not looking to say we would be better than them, but I'm like, we could do that. That would be so awesome. You know,
I feel like we should definitely like try and do that again. Or like call Wayne or something.
Wait, I have something to say. So people will always tag me in TikToks, and it will be people, what do you call people that do what Wayne does?
Producers yeah.
On TikTok, and they'll be like, I'm looking for, let's just say, a family of 5, and they look like this, and they're this age range. Not look like this. No one cares about that.
Mm-hmm.
And tag me or DM me if you think that you will fit this. And my subscribers will tag me and be like, oh my God, message her. And sometimes I have you do it. I don't know. We gotta
sometimes I have to.
You guys have to let us know when you see more of.
But I do have
I
do have a little tidbit of information.
Okay.
I would say around December, the end of December, Brian got hit up by Wayne. Brandon got hit up by Wayne.
What?
Yes.
Where was
Through
I?
what?
In the
Instagram
clouds?
was it? Or do you remember?
I was
Instagram,
not here,
I think.
It was Instagram. He wanted to know if the family dynamic is still the same and this
Wait,
and that.
why did you never say this to
Yeah,
any
what
of
the
us?
hell?
Because I don't want to put hopes up or anything like that.
Okay.
But he did
we're
hit
hearing
them up.
as you hear.
Now,
Yeah.
you have to understand, guys, this was 4 years ago. So we're always down. We're always ready to go. You know what I mean? And it's just the kind of family we are. Like this podcast, on the ride home, I'm like, yo, we got to do a podcast. Let's do it. Boom, boom, boom. Come home, set up. Boom, I down a Red Bull. I'm ready to go. So
you drank a Red Bull for this?
Oh, I did. Do you hear
You're
me
gonna
talking?
be up all night.
Yes.
I think I
I've
could have
never
used
heard
a Red
an
Bull.
interviewer talk this much in my life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
right.
He's
Isn't it
supposed to
amazing?
be asking
Yeah.
us questions. He's like, I'm interviewing you. He's just
It's all
taking
about
away
me
the show.
today. I am now the new Brittany
I
right now.
can't.
But wait,
What the hell?
I'm only joking. You know that. Okay, but this is what happened. The Real Screen Summit, they do it every 6 months. So he's asking me about this because it's a couple of weeks before the January Real Screen Summit. And I know what he's doing. He's saying, he's not calling up and getting hopes up, but he's getting in touch. He's making sure the dynamic is the same and everybody's still down.
He probably contacted.
That was
probably contacted
just-
us, but we don't have any of our
We don't have DMs on
Because
for people
there's-
that we don't follow.
There's too much hate in this world, and I can't handle it, and I don't want to see it.
Wait, that's so funny. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
We're always on the
He
same
definitely
wavelength.
messaged
You
us,
guys are on the same
but we
page.
just couldn't see it, so he went to the next best thing
So
over there.
this is what happens.
Thanks.
The Real Screen Summit gets canceled because
No.
of COVID and other things like that. What was going on?
Can
So
you call him soon?
I'll get in touch with him. I'll reach out. And now there's another one coming up either June or July, something
This is
like
our
that.
time to shine.
But listen, guys, we're always ready. We're ready to go. Hit us up.
If we
Even-
had a TV
listen,
show, would you guys watch it? Please let me know in the comments down below. Also, yeah, if you know anyone in the TV business, give them our info. Give
Hit
them
us
our
up. If you're
Instas.
watching and you're a producer, we're ready to go. Okay. Now, being the interviewer, I made a little list that I'm going to refer to.
It's the whole piece of paper.
Now, I'd like to say this. The fact that we did try out for a show and we're interested, when we didn't get the show, Wayne had like a real good talk with me, a heart to heart. He was cool. He was like, listen, I'm disappointed. I know you're disappointed, he said, but you never know what the future holds. He said, why don't you do this? He said, start a YouTube channel with your family. Have Brooke do it. Have Brittany do it. Whoever wants to do it, get it going. You can
like
do
a
family
channel?
Yes. So he's the one that put it into my mind. yes, we should start channels. And because this is what it is with TV, okay? There's gatekeepers. A gatekeeper means there's someone that could say, nope, you're not, nope. Now, YouTube, there's no gatekeeper. It's up to you. There's no gate. You're your own gatekeeper. If you want to keep that gate closed and not go ahead with it, so be it. Now, that's why Brookie started a channel. Brittany started a channel. I started my channel as around that time, maybe, I would say about 6 months later. So that's how the YouTube thing came about, which I'm sure is interesting
Everything
to people.
happens for a reason.
And that's what I was going to say.
That's what I always say to you.
Everything does happen for a reason. And a lot of
That's my
times,
life quote.
yes, and a lot of times I'll be like watching Siesta Key, hate watching, and I'm looking at the TV. That's what, anyway, and what'll happen is the girls will say, Dad, everything happens for a reason. Okay, now, okay, let me see. What do I have here? Okay, now.
He's like high right now.
Yeah,
fine.
I feel like you're like, I don't know, on a caffeine
high.
Question. That was about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to start with Brittany because you went first. We're going to make it fair.
Yes.
Thanks so much.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? From this day, 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? Brittany, go. I'll be quiet.
See, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. I just know I have an 11:30 nail appointment. But, what just happened? Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna continue. I don't know what's happening.
Of course, go.
But I hope these are my hopes, not my yes, this is definitely gonna happen. To have hit 100K by then, with the rate I'm going, probably not, but it's fine.
Same.
I want to be happy. That's at the top of my list. I do not want to be sad like I always am.
It's a nice, important thing, not a superficial
I want to
thing.
be happy. I want to grow as a person. I want to hopefully be able to afford my own house by then.
Wow.
That would be very cool.
That would be great.
And
I think those are all possible things.
Yeah.
I absolutely think so as well.
That's not like if I don't have those things, I'm going to be so upset. It's just like
That's
if that
where you
happens.
would like to see yourself in 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to see myself alive and well.
Yeah. That too.
I would like to have even more nieces and nephews than I do now.
Yes.
I definitely would like to see my YouTube channel flourish. And I would like to build an even stronger bond with the people that I have that follow me online. And I would also like to hopefully have a house as well, or an apartment.
And be married.
Yeah, probably. And maybe. Yeah, engaged.
What are you?
Engaged, maybe?
No.
Hopefully one of those things, engaged or married.
I don't think that's in the cards for me for 5 years. How old will I be? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah, you'll be young still.
Yeah,
no.
Very
How
young.
old? I'll be 26. So, yeah, I should be married, Paul, if you're watching this.
Okay. I'm going to skip this next one, but I'll go back to it, okay?
The hell?
Now, I say this for a reason because let's just say you're rich, you're wealthy, you have pretty much everything you want.
Mm-hmm.
What is your perfect day? Okay? And I'll explain why I'm asking this.
This is a good question.
And I'm going to tell you after. Go. And I'm going to be. Was I very good? I was very quiet. Go. Now, first Brooke.
Okay.
Brooke first. We're going to bounce.
The
and I'm
way
gonna
that
I'm
my
organized.
dad has to make us both feel important. Okay. My perfect day, this is I'll do it quick. This is a very good question because I know what my perfect day is to a T. So let's just say it's summertime.
I know exactly how it's going to start. Go.
Okay. Pilates is my first.
Then a walk.
I wake up, Pilates, breakfast,
Okay.
beach,
Yes. Okay. Yes.
walk on the beach,
A
a little walk along the shore with my friends. With my friends. Come home from the beach, go in the pool, hang out, barbecue with the fam.
Love it.
And then watch the sunset, then movie,
while we're eating ice cream.
Yes, while we're eating ice cream.
You guys have...
Then have a sleepover with Paul. And that is just a La La Land dream that I would like to relive every day.
I absolutely love it.
I feel like we've 100% had like a full day like that.
100%.
Yeah.
I probably had 100 days like that in my life.
All right, Brittany.
Okay.
Perfect day.
I want to start the day off in a good mood. That's like key to my day, is waking up in a good mood and like ready to just like get stuff done. So I want to wake up, great mood, Pilates, like Brooke said, because that always just makes me feel so good, like all day. Like it just makes me feel like I got something done and I just feel good. And then I'm probably just going to say the same thing as you, so I don't even know.
Beach.
Wait,
pool.
so your question was we'd be rich.
Yes.
Wait, you said we'd be rich?
Yeah. This is like
okay.
This is like after you're done with all your crazy work and you've achieved your goals.
All of that, but in a mansion.
And
All
a
what I
private
said,
jet.
but in a mansion.
Like I said, Pilates. I want to come home. I want to shower. I want to be surrounded with people that I love and that love me back and make me feel good. Because if those people aren't in your life, you don't need them anymore. They're gone. Anyway. I'm just going to say everything that you said, so I think I'm just going to stop talking.
I'm going to actually switch my barbecue to an
dinner?
extremely expensive dinner.
Okay.
If we're rich.
I like it.
A
I have a
very
question
expensive
for
dinner.
all three of you.
Go ahead, Brian.
What is the closest each of you have come to dying?
That was so
Wow.
random.
Dad probably has way more than Brittany and I.
Well, I've been around a lot longer.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
think.
Okay, you want me to shoot mine down while you guys think?
Sure,
Yeah.
go ahead.
All right, I've
don't
been
even-
shot at. I didn't get hit.
Okay, never heard that.
Thank God
but
I've heard that.
Yeah. Probably was it a few times? No, definitely one.
Are
if I
we
really
kidding
think
right
about it. No, I'm serious.
He's that serious.
I've been in a few major car accidents where
Terrible.
What
I
the
once
hell?
my friend smashed into the back of some. I have stories.
Didn't
guys.
you fly through a windshield?
Yeah, I went through a windshield
From the back seat.
I didn't go through it.
That's
through
what
it, but
no
my
seatbelt
head
does, honey.
Yeah, this was the days before seatbelts, but like the shape of your head, that's what the windshield looked like from the side. You know, like
from the
from
back seat over.
No. My friend went over me, so
What the?
my friend was driving. I was in the passenger seat.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to talk about all the other stuff that went on that
No,
made
just
this
explain how you
stupidity
hit the
happen.
thing.
But he was chasing after another guy. The other guy stopped at a stop sign. My friend
Didn't stop.
didn't even go near his brake pedal, like it had no brakes.
Okay.
That's horrible.
And he hits the guy at speed. And my head went through the windshield. My friend flew over me, landed on top of me. Uncle Timmy flew over my friend that was driving.
Holy
And
crap.
my friend just put it in reverse and left the scene.
Oh, and you guys just probably were silent on the way home.
Very bad.
That's
no, the car,
horrible.
the windshield, the hood was
Could
smashed.
you even see?
Oh, he was driving with his head out the window like this
my
because
God.
it was
Yeah,
that
he
wrecked.
So you
See.
think that or
Well, I'm not
almost
done
getting
yet.
shot at was
I'm not done.
okay?
Another time, my first experience with death, with almost dying.
With the death.
With almost dying. I was really little. I was probably 6 years old, but I don't think I would have died. But I want to tell the story. It's kind of cool. And I'm playing by myself in a construction site next to my house. Okay?
I've heard about this.
And I mean, you have to think about how deep a foundation is. It's very deep. And back then they didn't fence it off, blah, blah. So I'm just playing, throwing dirt bombs and everything. So I slip.
So it's a really deep hole.
Oh,
ground.
it's deep. It's about 8 feet, maybe more. So I slip, and I'm telling you, I had to be. We moved into the house in 1975, so I'm like 6 years old. Okay, and as I'm slipping, I'm going down the dirt, and I'm going into this ditch with rebar, and rebar's like metal bars and stuff. I could have really got hurt. So I grab a root. And I'm holding on to the root, and the root it's
Oh
because they
my
just dug the thing,
God.
and this is the dirt, and I'm hanging on like, oh, I'm gonna die. Looking
Imagine
down.
we saw Ronnie.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
I can't
so
even
what
think
I
about
do
how
is
I would
I
feel.
grab the root and I get my feet into the dirt and I get myself up. And
Yeah,
I,
you have to,
I'm
like,
telling
crawl.
you, it took me probably 30, 40 seconds. It felt like 5 hours. Okay.
What
Yeah.
else?
And I was little. I've gotten jumped multiple times as a young guy and beat up and, just being in the
Can I
neighborhood.
bring one up?
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
When you were playing with your dad's motorcycle and thought it was apple juice, the gasoline?
Oh, yeah.
No.
That
What?
was, you see, these things, my near-death, I got many of them. My near-death experiences go back really far. Okay, my dad, God rest his soul, may he rest in peace, all that good stuff.
Yes.
He had a Harley Davidson motorcycle. So he was working on it in front of the house. And this is before we moved into the house. I was probably 3. So he had the fuel line off, the gasoline line, and it was dripping. Drip, drip, drip.
Don't tell me you just like put your mouth there. Oh my god.
Oh, I thought it was
apple
orange juice or apple juice. I thought it was apple juice.
Dad.
So I go over there and I drink it,
Oh.
and I
No,
drink
no,
down.
no.
Gasoline.
Oh, gasoline. I drink down a ton of gasoline
At
Wait.
3 years old.
at 3. My parents said that I was burping and the whole apartment smelled like gasoline.
Oh, that's horrible.
So that's
You didn't go to the doctor or nothing?
what doctor? So, what's a doctor? So now another good one. I'm playing Cowboys and Indians with my sister Colleen, Aunt Colleen. Shout out.
She's
We
a
love
avid. Is that the word?
Avid.
Avid watcher.
Oh yeah, she's gonna watch this 100%. Shout out Quinn, little Steven, everybody.
Yes.
Our cousins.
Big Steven, rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, so I'm playing Cowboys and Indians. So what happens is I turned out to be the Indian. And don't get into all this stuff. This is 1973.
Yeah. And they're
It-
kids.
Cowboys, Indians, it's like the Old West, okay? So they tie me up. So they tie my hands like this from head to toe. So I start going like this. I lose my balance. Wham! Onto the corner of a coffee table right there. Ripped it right open.
Literally everything
go
you're
on
saying,
forever.
I
Alright,
can just
we're
think
gonna
of
have to-
Ronnie just like,
doing this.
and I would
we all
actually
be
be
freaking out.
yes.
Yeah.
I feel like
Um,
he's my kid sometimes.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I'm gonna cut it at that.
Because
We'll
he's
do
gonna be
another
here all
near-death
day.
experience episode in the future because this is like I'm at about 1% right now. Near-death, anything? Go ahead, shoot.
I literally
The closest thing I could think of is this has probably happened multiple times, but I have a specific memory of when I was doing gymnastics and I fell on my neck really, really hard. Like all my body
Ow.
weight was on my neck. And that's the only, like, I've never actually been in a situation.
I've never been like shot at or anything like
No.
that. So
I have, one time we were going to a cheer competition.
You've been shot at?
No.
my
Oh my
God.
God. I didn't mean for it to sound like that.
Wow.
One time we're
Oh my
going
God.
to a cheer
I know what you're gonna say.
competition, and Mom and whoever the other mom, I don't remember if it was Fran or Allison, was in the car with us, and Mom and Fran or Allison went into the gas station, right? And all the kids are sitting in the car. We're in at a random gas station in Jersey or something, and it's like getting dark out. And I'm very aware of my surroundings, and I always have been. And the car was unlocked because they were literally just like running in. Like they were not far away. They could see us. Some man, I think
Oh
it
my
was a
God.
homeless man from what I can remember, starts walking towards the car to grab the door, the handle. And I clicked the lock so fast, and I was so scared. Obviously, I don't know if I would have died, but it was scary.
Who knows?
And I locked the door, and literally right before he could open the car. It was
That's
so scary.
why we raised you girls to be very paranoid.
Yeah, it's not fun, but I guess it saves me
No,
sometimes.
it keeps you. You have to, guys. You always have to think 2 steps ahead, and safety is what it's all about. I never used to think like that, but I think like that now, and you start to think like that when you have kids as well.
Have you ever had a
Anything.
near-death experience?
I've been tossed in the air and like fell
Oh.
on my neck multiple times, like Brooke said, but like
Yeah.
I've been much higher and like literally I've gotten concussed before, but like that's I wouldn't.
Yeah,
die from
not
that.
like from
No.
somebody else. But okay, if I could explain really quick what happened to me was I was learning how to do, for anybody who understands this, double backs on floor. So I was going super high up in the air. So you rotate backwards 2 times in the
Wow.
air and land, right? So I'm not going to explain all this for everyone who understands. I do a round off back handspring, and I go to do my double back, and I bug out in the middle there, and I'm
I've
super
done that
high
so
up,
many times. Not
and
on
I
double
just
back, but-
fall with my neck is like flat on the floor, and my legs are just over my head, bang my whole body weight. It hurt so bad. That's
Yeah.
probably when I broke my back, honestly.
Oh
But
man.
there's also been a lot of other situations where I could have broken my back. So, yeah, that's really it.
But-
Not as exciting as my dad.
That like has happened a lot of times, but obviously like I don't die, but every single time I step in a car, it does not matter who's driving. If I'm driving, I feel like I can die at any minute, and it's not a good feeling.
that's
and
not
I'm
good.
really anxious in the car. So
Do you guys mind if I tell a mini story?
Please
Absolutely.
go.
We
Of
would
course
love
not.
that.
Go ahead.
All right,
Of course
so
we wouldn't
it's
mind.
we were nowhere near death, but it's funny. So once we went to work with our dad, me and my brother.
Mm-hmm.
I was
That's
probably
pretty-
7. He was probably 5.
Oh my god.
So we stop at.
like, why were they?
yeah, why are you bringing them to work?
I don't know. Going to work with me is probably a near-death experience every day. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Brian.
So anyway, my dad goes inside to like get paperwork or something, and leaves me and my brother Brandon in the car, and locks it obviously like a good parent would. And we were just sitting in the car playing, rummaging through the center console. We find a bottle of pepper spray.
No.
My brother's trying to press it.
No. You have
and
no
I'm
idea
like,
what it is.
I'm like, give me that.
Right?
I could make it squirt.
I'll do it.
Do you know what
Yeah.
it is at this point?
Yeah, we do.
Oh god.
We wanted to spray pepper spray.
Okay.
So we spray the pepper spray, and we start choking and banging on the glass.
Oh no.
There's yellow liquid all over the car.
Oh no.
w-
You did it. You pepper
would've
sprayed
thought-
yourselves.
Yeah, we pepper sprayed ourselves in a car when we were very
I come
young.
to the car and they're going.
It looked like
What is that?
we were banging on
They
the
didn't
windows
want to
like,
breathe because they.
like we were in a gas
you
chamber.
breathe that in,
Yeah.
it wipes you out. It's very harsh.
And then, so we were sent
I
inside,
remember that.
and we went on our dad's computers and played flash games while he had to miserably sit in a pepper spray car and wipe it with napkins
That
and
is
Yeah.
so
paper towels.
terrible.
Yep. Yeah.
Actually, Paul just bought me pepper spray.
Good.
That's a very. It was in my car. I mean, I know all about it, but
People say that it's dangerous though, because you could, do what they did in a way. Like
Also,
if
you
the
have to
wind's
face it the
going at
correct way.
you. Yeah.
yeah, Brian.
I
would
mean,
know
I don't
about
plan on
self-
using it, but
Listen,
just in case.
you never know. You'll
Yeah.
be glad you have it. I saw
Mhm.
somebody, these crazy videos all the time. I did see someone use it, and it worked very well. It was a woman on a train, and somebody was really in her face, and it was a man, and she was a woman, and she could have really got hurt. And she's like, just get out of my face. And he's screaming at her, blah, 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 blah. And she just went, I'm telling you, get out of my face. And she just went, psh, and he just like hit
Yeah.
the floor. And she
Ugh.
got off the train and was gone. And she was safe. And he'll
Yeah.
probably be okay too.
Yes.
Maybe he was having an episode. I'm not saying anything against the poor guy, but
Yeah.
she saved her life and the pepper spray worked
Mhm.
in that instance. So
What other questions do you have for us, Dad?
I just want to shoot to something real quick for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I know I don't know if everyone knows you guys were competitive gymnasts. You were competitive cheer. You did all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What? Because you said that you were doing it. What was it? A double back into
Mhm.
a triple quadruple flipple.
Just a double back.
Okay. When you said you spaz, like you, what happens when you lose something? When you had a move and you lose it? Because it happened to what's her
Simone
name
Biles.
in the Olympics.
That's exactly why I
Explain. A
want to
lot
talk
of you
about
girls
this
out
right
there,
now.
or guys know, but they're gonna give you the inside
That's
as
exactly.
competitive.
It's the
It's a
worst
very good
feeling
question.
in the entire world.
It is one of the scariest things in the whole
It's
world.
horrible.
And when people were, I'm gonna answer the question in a second, but when people were talking about Simone Biles in a negative way when that happened to her, I don't get opinionated. I don't get involved in like
yeah.
public, opinions,
culture?
whatever. What?
Pop culture.
Yeah, I don't care. Whatever. Do whatever you want to do. But when they were getting mad at Simone, I was so angry because I'm like, you have no fucking idea what she was feeling.
Mhm.
That is one of the scariest things in the whole world because you are going so fast, especially Simone. She's a whole nother story. You're going so fast, so high. Your body is literally flying up in the air
And
your
going backwards
brain, your
or
brain
forward, whatever she was doing.
your brain is fully prepared for you to flip. Your mind does this thing where like if you go to do a flip, your mind is literally preparing to see yourself flip. And you go to do it and you stop, your mind gets thrown for a loop because it's being prepared to move, and then you stop. And
I
it's
have
like,
videos of me like literally falling on my neck and like dying.
It's very, very,
halfway.
very scary, and your brain. It's hard for your brain to comprehend that your body is not following along with what it wants you to be doing in that exact moment. So it's like your brain and your body are just not connected, and it's very scary because you're totally not in control, and you're in the middle of the air. You don't know how you're gonna land. You don't know what if you're gonna see your feet over your head or you
and
don't
it
know.
happens so fast, but it also feels like it's like a year while you're just like waiting.
Yeah, you're like,
okay,
oh my god,
what's
I
gonna
could
happen next?
really, really, really hurt myself right now, and then you fall, and hopefully everything will be okay.
Yeah, this was a big thing in the house when that happened, and I
Yeah, I don't
remember the girls.
that. I don't know why, but
Yeah, in the Olympics, and
oh,
I
I
remember.
just got such a bad eye twitch. Hold up,
Whoa.
that was so.
What I
gross.
usually do is
let's
I
stop. That
punch
means you're
myself as
tired.
hard as I can in the eye. But I remember it was a big thing in the house, and you just reminded me of that. See, that's what we do on this podcast. We go on the fly. But I'm going to go back to the script. Not a script. I don't want to call it a script. Just some questions I wrote, being the interviewer that I am.
Go ahead.
And I will.
I'm currently looking at what my eye just switched. So give me a second.
This is a big one.
Mm.
I said, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 25 years? So now we're talking about you are going to be, in 25 years, 46. You're going to be,
Wow.
I'm not great at math, a little bit
Yeah.
younger. I am good at math, actually, but I'm not what I used to be. With
5
the
years
math.
younger than
41.
that.
What do you,
Yeah, 41.
41. So you got
That
41,
scares
and you have
me.
46. You guys are going to be in shape. You're going to be beautiful as ever, because I know it. That's the way you guys roll.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see? How do you see your life? And I'll be quiet. Go ahead. You want to go first, Brittany? Because Brookie went
Yeah.
first, and I'm so fair. Go.
I just thinking about it really stresses me out, like really bad. I want to be married, obviously. I want to maybe have kids. I don't know. Yeah. Hopefully the world isn't crumbled into pieces yet.
Oh, it will be, girl. Don't worry.
I want to be
Well,
locked
society will be.
in my mansion and never leave. I want to be with everyone I love in that house and never see the light of day because I don't want to go outside ever again.
Wow.
That's what I want. And I want to be
Um,
happy. That's it.
like it.
And I want to be healthy too.
Yes, I would love to be happy and healthy. And I will be in a big house. Paul says to me all the time, why do you, we don't want kids. Why do you want to live in such a big house? I'm like, that is something that I have envisioned for myself since I was a little girl,
too.
and that's what I'm going to get. And sometimes he'll talk me into it, like, yeah, you're right. And I'm like, wait, why am I listening to you? I've always wanted to live in a big house. Shut up. So whatever. I will be living in a big house to share with my whole family. And I want to be a successful business owner.
Yeah.
And I want to be a really cool, fun, rich aunt that brings their kids, their nieces and nephews around and gives them great experiences and takes them on nice vacations. And yeah, maybe I'll have a kid or two. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
That sounds very cool, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. And by the way, how old will I be? 77.
I don't want to think about that.
I
at all.
have another question, and I have an answer for your question.
Go ahead.
In 25 years, I want to be dead for 23 years.
Oh my God,
What?
Brian!
Look, you guys have to understand Brian's humor. He loves to say this because he makes my wife go, "What is wrong with you? Why would you say that?" My mother-in-law, his grandmother, will do the same thing. The girls will jump out of their
does
skin.
that.
He does it to be Brian.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he likes to do.
Yeah.
But great.
Anyway,
that's great to
my
hear.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now that everyone laughed at my life, what is the most shocking for the girls? What is the most shocking way someone has hit on you in public?
Oh man.
Oh wow. I don't know.
There's a lot.
Usually, it doesn't happen to me. Well, yes, it does. But it doesn't happen to me like so often because I always have a man with me at all times. Like it's either you guys, dad, like someone's always with me. I don't really feel like explaining the whole story, but I was just away in Florida. This is just like off the top of my head. I was just away in Florida and this old man told me that I look like Britney Spears and then went up to my mom and said, I can't be around her because she's too sexy. And I told him I'm 17. And then
Yeah, that
what else
was
did he say after that?
disgusting. He said, I feel like an old sexual weirdo.
Because you
and
are.
then I had to roast him.
And I
Anyway.
did see a picture of the guy. He was old. I mean, I'm old, but this guy was
No,
old.
he was
And
like,
nothing against old people. It is what it is.
Just
But that was,
no.
had to be 70.
he was
No, no,
ridiculous.
no,
I have
him.
something against him.
Listen,
Me
no,
too.
him. Thank God I wasn't there. That's all I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the dude was like 70.
He was disgusting.
Ish, too.
He was also a liar. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't even feel like explaining
Yeah,
the story
he's
'cause
an
it's too
idiot.
long, but
Yeah.
that's just off the top of my head.
I think the most bold there's been a lot of bold ones, but two that I can think of off the top of my head. One, we were in LA and we were on the Santa Monica Pier, and these guys were doing a YouTube video trying to like pick up girls, but they were being like trying to be nonchalant.
I remember this.
They were trying to be nonchalant, and they didn't want people to know that they were filming, you know? So I see what's going on. A fellow YouTuber knows a fellow YouTuber, you know? I know what they're doing. So I see them kind of like hitting on girls with these like little mics hooked up to them, whatever.
Yeah, like we see the microphone on your shirt. Like, let's not act.
So we're playing games, right? Like on the pier. And they make a beeline towards us. Immediately, I walk away. I'm like, absolutely fucking not.
We like went over to Paul and like hid behind.
Now Molly, my friend Molly, shout out Molly, she just does not have the same social cues as Brittany and I. So
we're also like very like hyper aware for no reason. But
so
like,
they make a freaking beeline towards us. I skidat. He starts trying to talk to me. I'm literally walking away from him. So then he gets to Molly and he's like, I don't even know what he said. He was like, something asking him if they wanted to like go on a date, and she was like, what? Like, it was so ridiculous. They were trying to like record. And then another time I was at I was visiting University of Delaware, and we were at a frat party, and some guy comes up to me and he's like, will you be my girlfriend? I was like, absolutely not. And he was like, okay. And I was like, bye. It was the easiest like turn down ever, because usually they'll be like, oh fuck you, you're ugly anyway.
Brookie's very blunt. She's not afraid to say no.
Yeah, I don't care.
You know,
I really
there's no beating around the bush. It's like it's an N and an O.
Yeah,
scram.
and I like when people can just accept that.
No,
the
that's
guy was
cool.
just like, all right.
Yeah, and you know, it's not that you're being mean, but you're being straight. And let's just get to the point. It's a no, and that's
there hasn't really been like any disrespectful that I can remember people like being trying to hit on me though.
All right,
but I'm usually rude. Oh, a really good one. I have a good one. We were in Georgia. And we were walking in Savannah. We were in like a little town area. Some guys come driving past us. We're on the sidewalk in a street. They're driving in the street. We're on the sidewalk. And this guy's like, you're hot. And I was like, you're ugly. Like, it just came out.
That's me.
I didn't even mean it. I don't know why. I just felt uncomfortable, so I just screamed that.
That was your way of putting up your guard.
Yeah.
And ending it there.
Mom and my cousin and my aunt were dying because, like, I didn't even expect it to come out of me. It just happened. And they were dying at my response because it just, like, blurted it out and screamed. But,
oh, my goodness.
That's really it for me that I can remember, at least. It's been a while since
I'm always a phone call away if anyone's bothering you. You know that.
Dad, you have any men that hit on you?
yeah.
Do you know that? Do you know that men?
I declined, by the way. Anyway,
that
go ahead.
Men love Paul.
I think it's
they
so funny.
Me too.
They love you too.
Oh God, listen.
And I love it.
It's a Mooney
I'm
thing.
like, they
you know?
have good taste, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, any other questions you got for us, Dad?
Yeah. Let's see.
Here's a full page.
Quick one.
This is the last one.
Last one, and this may take a few minutes.
Okay.
Now,
like every other question.
growing up, I was always goal oriented. In other words, when I was young, I was probably 10 years old, and I wanted to lift weights and be strong and muscular and blah, blah, blah. So I joined the gym. I went by myself. It wasn't like my mom took me to the gym. It was like, what are you going to the gym for, you idiot? You want to look like a big muscle head? And I'd be like, yeah, goodbye. And I would walk a mile there and a mile back. And I was young, whatever. So I was always goal-oriented. And then I would read self-help books and all kinds of books. And I would it always said, put on paper your goals and what you want out of life and what you want to do and the things you might want and blah, blah,
Who's
blah.
on her phone?
I'm trying to
Whoa.
trying to find a specific comment, and it's really, really annoying me. So
Is
I
it for the
absolutely find it.
podcast?
Does it have something to do with the podcast?
Yes, but we're not gonna have enough time, so just
All
just
right,
go.
okay.
Got
As
it.
long
Okay.
as
My ears are open for you.
You are
as
excused.
long as
fully
she's
listening.
trying to do something for the
Yes.
podcast.
That's
Yes.
yes. I'm not
Now-
just scrolling for fun.
I wrote things down that I wanted to achieve and things I wanted to do with business and whatever and family and I sometimes I'll stumble across it, and I had a lot of those things I wanted I ended up getting and doing and
That's the
whatever.
best.
Now, that's awesome. And I highly recommend it. Put on paper what you want out of life. And it's a crazy thing about putting things on paper. Now, your sister Brianna has also achieved, and you guys have too, but she's achieved things she wanted to do. She's a beautician. She's sought after. She's the cool hairdresser. She has a waiting list, and she does awesome. She's very good at what
talented.
she does. She's a good business woman. She's good with, she saves. It's all good.
Who doesn't want to come on the podcast?
We're going to drag
she
her
said
on
no?
here.
She goes, why would I want to go on a podcast? I go, because you're our family and we did everyone else. What am I going to talk about?
Okay,
I'm
well,
like,
we don't want
that's
her
not-
then if she's going to
yes,
be
we
mean.
do.
No,
Yes,
she's
we
coming.
do.
That's it. You'll see Miss
Guys, this
Brianna.
comment is really bothering me that I
But
can't find it.
what Brianna did was she made a dream board or a vision board. Would I be able to get you guys to commit? Brookie's like, oh my God, another thing? To making a dream board.
I would definitely do that. Are you
now,
kidding?
you don't even have to put what's going to be on your dream board, because I did ask you where you want to be in 25 years and in 5 years. And once you sit down and you start writing and you start really thinking about it and you really take your time with your vision board, which you put pictures and stuff, I'm sure all you guys know about it. But that's when you're really going to start thinking and getting a little more specific.
And like having it in your face too.
Yeah, and then you get to see it. But what do you guys think about committing? Now, not only committing to a vision board or a dream board, you don't have to show it to everyone now. But in years to come, because we're going to be doing this for a long time to come, will you sit with your dream board, if you commit to doing it, and saying, this is my dream board, and this is what I accomplished, and blah, blah, blah. Brookie?
Yes.
Go.
Yes, if you do one too with us.
Oh, absolutely.
But
I'll definitely
will.
do that.
I would like to add that I know a vision board is way different / dream board. I don't know why he's calling it both of those things.
Oh.
It's a vision board, you put like pictures of what you want.
Yeah, but I think that's a dream board, like your dreams that you
Yeah,
have for the
it's-
future. I think it's
it's-
kind
Okay,
of the
well,
same.
It's the
listen,
same thing.
I almost have a dream board, if you will, because every year in the beginning of the year, I write down what's going on in my life and what I want to happen throughout that year.
Oh.
And each year, I do it in the same thing. I just flip the page, and each year, I've been accomplishing every single thing that I've wanted to, and done all the things that I wanted to. So but I definitely will do a vision board with pictures and everything.
That's very cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. And I'm going to do it too.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't I?
we'll make dream boards together.
We're going to make dream boards.
One thing that I actually accomplished like a week ago. So ever since I was like probably like 12 or 13, I always said I'm going to, like, all alone, I'm going to get my car at my age right now. Like, I'm going to get it with all my own money. And that was like my goal for the longest time. And I just did that.
Yeah.
And I
That's
bought
amazing.
my own car.
That's big because
Applaud her, everybody.
I was like, this doesn't even feel like real life.
no,
like,
that's
it
awesome.
didn't feel good to like be spending that much money, but like knowing that I could like
that you could do
support
it.
myself and like do it, and like that was a dream of mine for so long. It felt so good.
That is
and,
tremendous. I'm very
like,
proud
my
of you
hard
guys.
work
You
paid
guys
off.
are
Thank
doing
you.
your thing. You're making it happen, and it's all good. And this podcast, I love doing this. I just, as you guys can see, I like to talk, but
Yeah,
Um,
we could see.
I enjoy it. I like to watch it. I like the comments. I love the way you guys hit us up and the positivity. One of my neutral droppers goes, I don't know, man. I really don't think this podcast is gonna work.
What?
Someone
I swear to
said that.
God. I'm like,
I
dude,
can't.
and I know who he is. I'm gonna. What's his name? Little Denzel, he calls himself. But Little Denzel is very cool. He's an OG neutral dropper. Been around since he was probably around like at the number 500 on neutral
Shout
drop.
out to you.
But yeah.
We will prove you wrong.
I go. What I think I commented back. Really, Denzel? Something like that. But whatever. He was probably joking around, but maybe he wasn't. If he wasn't, what are we gonna do?
All right,
anyway.
guys.
Yeah.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. You can also listen to us on Anchor. Also, I don't know if this is a thing for Spotify, but rate us 5 stars if you can on all those streaming platforms, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts at least. I know you could do it on there.
It really helps us.
Yeah, it really helps us out, and we would appreciate it a lot. And comment down below a star emoji if you made it all the way to
stop,
this
shut
point.
up right now. I was just gonna say that. I swear
Really?
my life. I swear my life.
Whoa!
No, I swear my life. That was
I
really
wasn't
weird.
gonna
So
say
weird.
that.
That
I
just,
don't
like,
wanna,
made me feel
really
weird.
ruin it and say I was too, because I really wasn't. But
no,
listen,
that just made me feel really weird. Move your mic because it sounds like my ears are gonna break.
Oh, I'm
no,
sorry.
back.
Like
Yeah.
this. Am I
Yep,
very loud?
perfect.
I'm sorry if I
All
was
right,
loud, everyone.
we're gonna wrap it up, everybody.
Listen, podcast
That was
number
so
7.
weird.
Love you guys. Love you
Yeah,
guys.
love you.
And we will
Girls
see you
and
on the
boys.
next one.
Bye.
We are out.